Hey out there, this is Old Buck Dave, and who's here with me?
Old Buckdale.
Old Buck Dale. Welcome, Old Buck Dale. Nice to see you again here, sitting around the coffee pot, sitting around my house, I guess it is at this point.
We're over in your neck of the woods today. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, we've got a lot of things to talk about. We haven't chatted for a week or so. Uh, First of all, I really consider myself a lucky guy.
Why is that?
I find a lot of people have been trying to help me. For example, I've had 5 different people, and these are all strangers to me, contacting me about my auto warranty expiring and how they could extend it for me very easily.
You mean your car with 1,700 miles on it?
Yeah. So, I'm covered for the next 40 years now. I'm sleeping easier at night. 2 of these guys even threw in free health insurance. I'm being facetious, of course. What I'm kind of do is get on you here. Like, when are you going to have your scam call app ready, man? I really need that thing.
Oh, you want the
Remember we
app that
talked?
I proposed? Yeah.
Have you been working on that diligently?
I'll tell you what's the truth. I thought Shirley would be inundated with a lot of, genius app builders out there, but my spam call or block number
Mm-hmm.
list has grown exponentially since I talked to you about this. I've looked at that thing and I can scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, and
Goes
then
on
again they
forever.
keep coming. Yep, I don't know.
Well,
So you've been getting a lot of that stuff there.
here's another problem I have is, yeah, I have been, but a growing problem I have is spam emails. You get spam emails? Do you get junk mail?
I do on my junk mail account. I want an email account that's been compromised.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
some fool years ago decided to click on everything and do that kind of stuff. So I get them, but
Okay.
that's not my primary email. Otherwise, that spam box is probably full. It deletes automatically. I hardly even look at it anymore. It's so full of junk. But I've got another one that we communicate on that I don't get any spam on
Oh,
because we
good.
don't do that. We don't click a lot of junk when we
Mhm.
send it to each other.
Well, the good
So
news here is my email client is diverting them all to my junk folder. So they are going in my junk folder, at least 99.5% of them. But I still have to check sometimes because, sometimes a real email gets diverted to the junk. But, for this true junk mail that I get, I took your idea here and I started blocking the sender. But these same terrific offers keep coming in from different bogus email addresses. It's the same offer. It's a different email address
you
coming
just
in.
make them angry when you do
But
that.
here's the weird thing is I noticed they all ask you to reply to a different email address. And this email address they're asking you to apply to is the same in all these cases. For example, yesterday I got 44 emails in my junk folder. And they're all asking me to reply to and write this down, smart102944 at gmail.com.
Mm.
Now, this person is offering me free minutes from 2 phone companies. They tell me I have packages at the post office and
Oh yeah.
UPS
Oh
waiting
yeah.
for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, I've won prizes at Best Buy, Target, Kohl's, and I got some great deals on keto fuel, whatever keto fuel is. I don't know if that's something that you put in your car, but it says you can lose 90 pounds in 9 days. So I don't know what that is. I've been offered a cure for tinnitus, and I want a Dyson vacuum cleaner here. This list goes on and on.
Claim
CBD
your
oil.
prize. Claim your
Claim your
prize.
prize. Yeah. Maybe this is to oil the Dyson. I don't know. Hey, and here's a good one. I got this. You may be interested in this one. This is an African growth secret, promising increased strength, length, and thickness. I guess this is for your hair. I don't know what they're talking about. So I ordered some in your name because I know you want to grow. So I'm trying to
Well,
help, but
I can tell you that that's the same kind of stuff. And like I said, I created another email just so you and we could talk,
right,
and
yeah.
I would not be inundated with any of that stuff. So I don't know what to tell you. If I could get rid of the phone calls, especially, always call me when I take my afternoon nap. Always when I take my nap, and it just bugs me because I am expecting calls. You know, I've got some
absolutely. You're
vendors
a busy
and stuff
guy.
like that.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I got
I
a
guess
fleet of fishing
I'm
boats.
wondering if anybody else out there is getting all these offers from smart102944@gmail.com. And if you have, and if you've responded or not responded, or have managed to block this person or send them into jail, let me know how it worked out for you. I need some help here. And that's my rant for the day.
and you're offering an email that people that could write to,
I am
because
offering
it's sort of like a big junk box anyhow.
Yeah,
Nobody writes.
Reply, at your own discretion there. So anyway, that's my rant for the day.
I do think the app situation is good. If I could like click my blocked numbers on an app that should, forward them all to your phone or something, maybe by the end of a couple of months or something, we'd have about 50,000 of them blocked, and we wouldn't get any spam.
Yeah.
Spam phone calls for a couple of months. But what always amazes me is that there's so many loose numbers out there. I thought we was going to run out of numbers sometime, but apparently not. You can just keep recycling.
It's like 10 factorial, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, before we go too far, I have a quick question. Do you remember? You remember Tom Slick?
Tom Slick, is that
Tom?
Is
Slick.
that hair tonic or what?
No, Tom.
Sticking to the hair theme here.
This is there's got to be some people out there in Normalville. Normalville. Yeah, there's got to be some people in Normalville that remember Tom Slick. And remember,
is he from Normalville?
He was a race car driver. Remember, he raced.
You keep saying remember. I don't remember this guy. I'm sorry.
Okay, and
tell me more about it. Tell me more.
How about
educate me?
Do you know Lobo? His arch rival was Lobo Fangusi.
You're making this up. Come on. Lobo Fangusi.
Lobo Fangusi.
I need a drink.
Now this was pure. To me, it was pure genius stuff at the time. But Tom Slick was a cartoon character in the George of the Jungle series, and you probably didn't remember George of the Jungle.
I do remember George of the Jungle.
Yeah, he was in that.
But he was in there. I guess I don't remember it all that well then. If he was
okay, so you wouldn't know the name of his car. He had a famous name for his car.
Famous name for his car.
No, you don't know that.
I do not. No, I'm.
His car's name was the Thunderbolt Grease Slapper.
Come on, you are making this up.
No, I am not. I bet if you Google it, you'd be able to see it. The Thunderbolt Grease Slapper, which to this day I thought was really I never heard anything but come up with something.
Help me out. This was a cartoon or a TV cartoon show, or it was in the paper?
No, this was a cartoon show. This was actually something that you could watch on Saturday morning, which we did through college in the rec hall. So, and then the Lobo Fangusi was his arch rival, and Lobo used to drive the Fang Tooth Road Ripper.
Jeez.
I'm not making this stuff up.
This guy must have been a relative.
You can Google it. Yeah, you can Google it all. In fact, I almost Googled it all just to see why they didn't bring some of the stuff back, because it was so far ahead of its time, and it was just hilariously funny. And I always thought the guys that did that, they must have went off into the sunset or into oblivion. But they deserve a lot of credit for being really, really, really is creative. Anyhow, that's
what Fang Tooth Grease Slick, or what is it?
No, the Fang Tooth Road Ripper.
Road Ripper. All right.
Yeah, and Tom Slick's car was the Thunderbolt Grease Slapper. So
okay, I am going to Google this.
I can imagine
I'll
the
put
old
it in
bucks
the liner notes if it's real. If it's not,
I can imagine the old bucks that sat around, how young they were, how old they were, come up with that stuff to actually draw that. And I don't even know how many years it's on, but if anybody remembers that stuff, they could Google it. And they can send their comments to BUCKSTWOOLD at gmail.com and let us know. So,
how's that coffee, by the way?
It's actually this time of day. It's just a little bit. Not drinking too much.
Not too much. Okay.
And big shout out to everybody in Normalville. By the way, that's going to be my They know who they are.
They knew who they are. Okay. Hey, listen.
What?
You were telling me before we started. You were telling me that you learned a new card trick. Can you? Is this something you could show me here?
I can.
Live and in person.
I can show you. I can show you a new card trick, an amazing card trick. But I don't. This card trick is so unique and different that I don't even think that the two old bucks would do it, but the Melatonin Brothers would.
This is going to put people to sleep. Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right in line with the old bucks.
I guarantee you, our listener in Canada will be asleep by the time I finish the trick. But the Melatonin Brothers do have the courage to do something that no one else has ever done, and that is do a podcast card trick. I don't believe anybody's ever tried it. I think this is going to be a real icebreaker. So
the world's first audio podcast.
The first audio podcast card trick, right? So, and again, it's the Melatonin Brothers that are doing it because we don't want to blame the two old bucks for this.
I'm not taking any blame in this, but
okay,
I'm just showing up.
All right, here we go. I have in front of me obviously you can see that
you can see the cards.
Simple, you hear that? A simple deck of cards, a typical bicycle deck. You can look. They are all 52 or they're all face cards, both.
I'll take your word for that. That all 52
you can see that. Look at them. There you go.
Yeah, you're fanning.
So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle them.
Okay.
Now I'm going to shuffle them, and I want you to pick a card. Pick a card, any card.
All right.
Okay. You got your card?
Got that one.
All right, your card. Hold on to that for a second. Now, I'm going to put the deck back together here and shuffle it one more time. Now, show me or tell me your card.
What? It's not much of a trick.
Oh, wait.
10 of hearts.
10 of hearts. You got the 10 of hearts. All right. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the 10 of hearts.
Got it.
And I want you to chew. I want you to chew on one corner. Just slobber it up a little bit and just gnaw on it. And then just put it in on a molder there.
Dip it in my coffee first.
you can dip just a little bit so it's good.
I don't see Penn and Teller doing this one. I got to tell you.
Well, this is an amazing trick. So it's good and kind of chewed up a little bit.
So it's different than the other cards. Yeah. Okay, so it stands out in the deck.
Right, and then I want you to take your pocket knife or your whatever sharp object you have there, and I want you to poke it like this. Okay, you got it full of holes. All right, we're good to go. You got it. Now it's full of holes.
Got it.
You've chewed up the end, and I want you to take a magic marker, and I want you to write your initials on both sides.
Both sides. Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay, give me the card back. I put it back in the deck.
It's all yours.
I'm flipping it in the middle. I'm going to shuffle this deck again. All right. All right, now I'm going to show you the deck, and I want you to pick your card out. It shouldn't be difficult to find. Do you see your card there? It's the one with the chewed corner.
Yes, it's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy to find.
Right? Fan them out there.
So far, so good. You're doing really
like
good.
Loser Lotto or what?
No. So I'm taking your card. I have it face down, and I'm putting it underneath your coffee cup. All right. It's underneath the cup. Yeah. Now I'm going to take the deck again. I'm going to shuffle them. All right. So now I'm going to fan all these cards face down in front of you, and I want you to put your finger on any card you want. Okay. You got it? All right. You've chosen this one.
Got it.
And we're going to take that card. You're handing it to me. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to show you. It's the 10 of hearts.
No. No.
Now look under your coffee cup.
Okay.
And what's over there? Let's turn it over. You see it's all the stuff you did to it. It's the ace of spades.
It's what happened?
Amazing. Isn't
You
it,
really
how I
did that. You
Only
really
problem
did
with this. Only problem with this trick, I ruined the whole deck of cards by ruining that, by tearing up the ace of spades. So I thought that was pretty
that. I'm
amazing.
impressed. I'm
You
impressed.
right in front of you, you saw me do it.
I did.
I'm telling you, the first card trick. I even have more amazing card tricks. More amazing than this. There's one where you actually put it into the garbage disposal.
No. Then you have to
We didn't have one of them handy.
for
We don't have one of them handy. So you got to admit that was an amazing trick, if you think about it. Now, since the melatonin,
that was incredible.
That was incredible.
If anybody's sleeping now, shame on them.
I was going to say the Melatonin brothers.
Shame on them.
We'll take credit for that. And now back to two old bucks.
Oh okay, man, so I didn't know you had that in you, buddy.
I'm telling you, it's amazing how I did
amazing.
That. Huh?
All right.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how I can explain in the liner notes how you did that trick. I guess you're not supposed to tell how you.
No, well, I mean, you could.
That's why it's magic.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been more monotoned about it, but it's just an amazing trick.
That's pretty dazzling.
You don't know how I did it, and I imagine
I don't know
most
how
people
you did
wouldn't know how I did that. Yeah,
I'm truly amazed here.
That's truly amazed.
You are
all right. So that's my card trick. I'll come up with a better one, maybe more.
I don't know. That's pretty tough to beat.
That's pretty tough to beat that one, huh? Because your DNA is on that card.
I am.
Yeah. Have it tested.
Jeez. Wow.
Hey,
moving right along.
Pete Sebich, wherever you are, don't write.
Okay. Hey, speaking of writing, I've gotten lots of positive feedback on my cousin Nancy's bunyacata recipe. Do you remember that a couple episodes ago?
I do. You it was had a fish or what was that little fish?
Anchovies, garlic,
anchovies, yeah,
parsley, oil, yeah. Anyway, a lot of the Vixens, the Vintage Vixens, have said, "Hey, yeah, that's good." I have my own version of that, so it's much more popular. We did ask all our listeners to send in any recipes they want us to share. Maybe four ingredients makes it, too complex for most of the bucks out there, but I think probably the Vixens can probably come up with.
So what did you get? A couple of emails or somebody said that they made it and enjoyed it?
They made it. They enjoyed it. Oh, here's another thing. We went down to the Gandy Dancer Saloon the other day, and this is not my cousin Nancy. This is another Nancy. She's the bartender there. She's the world's best bartender. She's been there for like 30 years. And
what was the name of the place again?
The Gandy Dancer Saloon.
Gandy
Dancers. A Gandy Dancer. This is in a converted train station here. Okay.
A Gandy Dancer.
Gandy Dancer.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I forget. That was the guy. That was somebody on the train, had some job on the train.
Oh, okay.
I'm not smart enough to remember what it was.
In an old train station.
Yeah. Anyway, she talked about this, about bunyacata. She just started talking about it. It's like, wait a minute. But not. She hadn't listened to us. She just started talking about bunyacata.
You had your hopes up there for a second.
Yeah, I did. I said, "You listen to the Bucks," and she said, "What?" Anyway, no. So that's two Nancys out there, two good Nancys. Hey, in other Vixen news, Vintage Vixen Sue sent me a note saying that she walked into a coffee shop the other day, and she heard two guys talking about the Two Old Bucks podcast. Can you imagine that?
It wouldn't in Normalville?
I'm not sure where this was, but this is two listeners in the same town. Don't be picking on Normalville now. And they said they liked the interview with Old Buck Gene and some of the other Gene stories. They wondered if Matarazz was a real person. All I know is what you tell me there. So
yeah, he is.
He's a real person.
Remember, I told you that letter we got.
Yeah,
that was from Matarazz. Yeah, he's probably listening.
Hey, and furthermore,
he's an old buck.
He's an old buck. Yeah. Hey, we have a Vintage Vixen has agreed to an interview with us.
Oh,
it's going to be up in a month or so. No more details yet. I want to keep this under wraps so CBS doesn't get to her first, like they always do. Those creeps. But yeah, we're going to be our first Vintage Vixen interview. Looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to that myself. I think that's going to be very interesting. That'll be very interesting.
Here's
So
my last piece of Vintage Vixen. We're going to have to change the name of our podcast pretty soon. We got all these female listeners. This is great. I was talking to my cousin, another cousin, not my cousin Nancy, and she's happy to report that her husband, old Buck Norm, has had a successful surgery. And she said he's eating, drinking beer, and watching basketball. So I said,
that's good.
He's got the big three covered, man. Life must be good. so speedy recovery to Norman out there. Congratulations.
Well, the old Bucks. You're bound to run into some little physical malady, perhaps, or a little physical hazard. I had a little bout. Well, let me put it this way: if you ever had a bout of gout, you know how painful that is.
I don't, but I've certainly
trust me.
Seen people suffering from it.
Yeah, you can too much tomato sauce or something, I think, or acidic foods.
Mm-hmm.
And but I ran into one the other day that I thought was really interesting. Even got a few comments from other people when I mentioned it, the old sciatica thing. Ooh,
I'll tell you, you're a mess.
No, well, I mean, sometimes you get lucky and it goes away, but sometimes it's more complicated than that. But for all you listeners out there that might be have experienced that or suffer with that, you have my condolences. I'll tell you, that's pretty debilitating.
But
sometimes
do me a favor, don't write in and tell us how much it hurts. I hear that from Dale all the time. All I hear him whining about his pain and injuries.
Well, who can I complain to with you?
One's enough, buddy. One's enough.
Okay. All right.
Hey, listen, you sent me a photo the other day.
Oh, yeah.
What's that all about? And you called it Stovetop art.
Stovetop art, another first.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, another first from the old Bucks. In fact, I sent that to you because I wanted you to NFT it.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
we could put this as an NFT. I
want to explain to our listeners what the NFT is again.
You have to go to that episode. That's a non-fungible token.
Right, a non-fungible token.
Yeah.
So it's unique.
It's something masquerading as being unique.
Well, let me give you the background on that. Right. I'll tell you how that happened. A stove with the glass top. What do they call those? Just flat top stoves?
Burners? Glass top?
Yeah. Glass top, they're all flat. The burners aren't exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, a lot of times if I'm putting in oil or something to fry something in a big pan, I often design something with the oil. I don't just pour it in one little glob. I kind of make a little Picasso out of then I look at it, and then as it warms up, obviously it goes all over the place, but I get a few moments of a piece of art there.
You do? Okay.
I said, this stovetop is a perfect canvas. You can do all kind of things with it. So I started using a stovetop cleaner, which is kind of like a white sauce. It's kind of a little of a sort of thick. And then I started designing things on the stovetop. And I said, man, that's pretty neat stuff. Then you can erase it.
You're easily amused,
and clean the stove at the same time. So I've been doing this. And the other day I said, I have to take a picture. So I rigged up the camera, on tops, looking down on the stove and got all the right. You saw how pretty it was. And I just gave you a simple one on various faces because the stove basically has 4 circles on it and something like that. So you can do all kind of designs. And then you can, I also found that if you put a bunch of stuff like that on, you can sort of scoop it up and put it back in the bottle for another day. And then with whatever's left on the stove, you can clean up all the burnt, all the burnt residue. But I sent you a picture that I think you ought to turn into a NFT because it's unique. Although maybe people will see it.
All right, I'll give that a try. I'll look into seeing what it takes to NFT it.
I'm only laughing at that because you're skilled enough to figure that out.
I don't know.
I'm barely skilled enough to put the put the design on the stovetop. But that is, I never heard anybody do that. I think we have a first here again. It's
It
like
could be another first for
it's
the
like
Bucks.
it's like the Melatonin Brothers and their podcast card tricks. I mean, no one out there has ever done this. We are breaking new ground
breaking
here.
New ground. Stovetop art and NFT.
NFT.
Oh,
And wouldn't you just laugh if somebody paid $12 for it?
I got a couple good pieces of feedback on the NFT story. And
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I didn't save them. They were all saying, "Yep, it's a scam," but some people are getting rich doing it.
Oh, I mean, if you get in early, I suppose
That's America, baby.
Before people realize that what do you got? It's nothing on your computer. Just paid $69 million for some. I don't know.
Well.
Anyhow, it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
You heard it. You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Eat your heart out, CBS. We're not showing you.
Yeah, well, next thing you know.
Okay. Hey, listen.
A lot of our stuff gets on the news shortly thereafter.
Shortly thereafter. Hey, listen. I want to recognize a company and a product line that I really like. Is that legal?
For us, it is.
It is.
I mean,
look, this is not a paid commercial. I mean, we
tell
don't
me what you like.
Yeah, we don't have enough real traffic to entice advertisers.
Yeah, I mean, the people from Duke's Mayonnaise never heard the Mud podcast yet.
So listen, I'm putting this out there because it's good stuff, and everybody that we've recommended it to that's tried it has liked it. Okay, now the business is called the Reliefery. That's RELEAFERY, the Reliefery. Their website is www.thereliefery.com. So I use their deodorant. Now, since since we're post-COVID here now and I have to go out and see other people, I'm putting deodorant on once in a while. And I really like their deodorant. And it's and I use their moisturizer lotions.
Hey, Dave, hold on one second.
What?
You know, what was going through my mind when you were starting this story? I was thinking, well, it would probably be bike parts.
It's not bike parts.
Or something like, you really kind of caught me off guard with this now. So you're saying that it's called Relief? Say it again so I can. But this is a deodorant product.
Well, they have a full line of all kind of products. Okay.
An antiperspirant.
It's an antiperspirant. They have, I've used moisturizers. They have soaps. They have a whole line of products. They specialize. The products are plant-based and they're zero waste, and they're made in small batches to ensure the highest quality.
Organic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you eat them, I guess I don't know if you could eat them or not, but yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Organically made from plants,
yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Organically made from plants, and they really smell good and they work. And listen, so it's the Reliefery, RELEAFERY. We'll put that in the liner notes. And if you mention $2, you get 10% off on your first order. Actually, everybody gets 10% off on their first order. Mention us anyway, all right? Make us feel good.
So it's a line of men's products, or
yeah, it's men's and women's. My wife and I both use them. She buys a bunch of stuff. Go on their website and you'll see their whole product line. But I can certainly endorse the stuff. Really smells good. They've got some interesting.
What made you try it in the first place?
My wife told me to try it. She bought some and she told me, "Hey, you ought to try this." And I don't know, but it was good. So now I'm converted.
Well, that's like shaving cream too, or something like that, or razors.
I haven't even looked at everything on their website. No, there's no razors. For razors, they're coming to you for the handmade razors, I guess. Yeah.
The ones I stick on the end of a bamboo stick.
Yeah. So you can
that's interesting.
Contact them at reliefery@gmail.com. So I'll put all this in the liner notes, but this is no joke. This is not a paid commercial. It's not a commercial. It's something I really like, and suggest you try.
You suggest you try.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll have to look into that. A lot of these things aren't in the shops, are they? It's all online.
This is
Someplace to
all
buy.
in line. The gal makes some of it herself in small batches in her store. She's in Scranton, Pennsylvania, by the way.
Ah,
You been to
how about
Scranton,
that?
Pennsylvania?
I do remember
Up in
Scranton,
up in the
Pennsylvania. I think
Har-
it's still there. I'm
It's
pretty
still
sure it's
there.
still there.
Well, it better be there because that's where her shop is. And it's a nice. She has a bricks and mortar shop also. It's not just online. So she's got a nice little shop, and that's all. If you look on her website, you'll see it.
I'll be darned.
Totally
Well,
free. Yeah.
big shout out to those
Big
folks. And
shout out.
anybody has any comments, they can always write to buckstwoold@gmail.com, and you would send them that web address. Although you haven't put it in a,
I'll put it.
put it
It'll be in the notes.
in the notes.
In the episode notes.
You put enough of that stuff in the notes, they won't even turn it on. They'll just read the notes.
That's my fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else you got cooking?
I think that's about all I got for today, Dale. How about you?
right.
You got any words of wisdom or?
Nothing today, but next time I see you, I'll tell you about my water pick. I'll tell you about my water pick story.
Sounds good. All right. Well, listen, this is Old Buck Dave.
Hey, Old Buck Dell.
Saying
Adios.
Dos
Adios.
Vidonia. Auf Wiedersehen.
Saligatle.
Saligatle. Take care, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.